Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Clothier Field Stadium here on the campus of Swarthmore College for tonight's Centennial Conference men's soccer game between the visiting Gettysburg College Bullets and your Swarthmore College Garnet. Friends, today we remember the life and legacy of one of the titans of the Garnet men's soccer program. Kenneth G. Andres, class of 1975, passed away this summer at his home in Haddonfield, New Jersey. Tonight, we are honored to have several of his friends, family, and colleagues in attendance. Ken was the heartbeat of the 1974 Garnet soccer team that reached the NCAA championship match. Ever since then, Ken and his teammates have supported the current team, cheering us on to achieve even greater accomplishments. Ken graduated from Steinhardt High School, Swarthmore College, and Capital Law School. Growing up in Hamilton Square, New Jersey, Ken played baseball, basketball, and soccer, but soccer became his first love. He played fullback on Swarthmore's famous 1974 team, the first in the college's history to compete for an NCAA title. After law school, Ken became one of the top college soccer referees in the country. He served in many NISOA leadership roles and most recently as the NCAA Secretary Rules Editor. His passion for soccer was a quintessential part of his life. He has been inducted into the Mercer County Hall of Fame, the Steinhardt High School Hall of Fame, and the NISOA/National College Soccer Hall of Fame. In the fall of 2019, to his great joy, Ken and his Garnet teammates were inducted into the Swarthmore College Athletics Hall of Fame. Ken was also a very successful attorney, and his law partner of 23 years, Michael Berger, is here with us this evening. Also in attendance are Ken's wife, Karen, and children, Abby and George, and his brother, Jeff. Ken will be missed and remembered by the many people whose lives he touched. Tonight, we send our thoughts out to Ken and his family, as we know that he is up there cheering for the Garnet while he watches the eternal live stream. Karen Andrus will now join us for the ceremonial kickoff. Great job, Karen. And thank you so much to the Andrus family for being here this evening. Please, Swarthmore Athletics family, join us in giving one more round of applause for the Andrus family. Once again, good evening, fans, and welcome to Clothier Field Stadium here on the campus of Swarthmore College for tonight's Centennial Conference men's showdown between the visiting Gettysburg Bullets and your Swarthmore College Garnet. Let's meet the starters. First for the visiting Bullets, it's a sophomore from Swickley, Pennsylvania, number 3, Fritz Ryder. A junior from Yardley, Pennsylvania, number 4, Matt Tennant. A sophomore from Oxford in the UK, number 5, Mauro Ramadan. A junior from Leonia, New Jersey, number 7, Jack Carroll. A junior from Hawkesson, Delaware, number 8, Nico DeSimplico. A junior from Newtown, Pennsylvania, number 9, Connor Fife. A senior from Adelphi, Maryland, number 10, Jonathan Molina. A junior also from Newtown, Pennsylvania, number 11, Connor O'Donnell. A first year from Medford Lakes, New Jersey, number 17, Aiden Giquinto. And in goal for the visiting Bullets tonight, it's the junior from Lamberton, New Jersey, number 2, Kevin Muhick. The head coach for Gettysburg is Matt Metrick, assisted by Rob Brandel and Nolan McCran. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Swarthmore College Garnet, who are being joined tonight by the Nether United U-10s, coached by former Swarthmore player Zach Viscuzzi and Andrew Crockett. Let's give a warm welcome to the boys. First, it's the senior from London, England, number 4, Harry Nevins. A junior from Princeton Junction, New Jersey, number 5, Leo Hecht. The sophomore from Wallingford, Pennsylvania, number 6, Harrison Hotham. The senior from San Jose, California, number 7, Woojin Shin. The sophomore from London, England, number 8, Stathis Calathis. The senior from Reston, Virginia, number 9, Connor Gill. The senior from Portland, Oregon, number 10, Charlie Ward. A senior from Rivervale, New Jersey, number 22, Joe Barilli. A sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, number 23, Oliver Garcia. And in net for the Garnet tonight, it's the junior from Tokyo, Japan, wearing number 0, Max Krall. The Garnet are led by head coach Eric Wagner. He's assisted by Kieran Dalton, Tor Hotham, Harry Ishiropolis, and Zach Sebastandera, and Tom Brooks. Fans, Swarthmore College joins the NCAA and Centennial Conference in promoting good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner only. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions or words directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Once again, thanks for coming out to Swarthmore College tonight, and enjoy your Centennial Conference matchup.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Clothier Field and the Garnet Sports Network for tonight's Centennial Conference matchup between your Swarthmore College Garnet and the Gettysburg College Bullets. Earlier today, we had the same matchup for our women's sides, ending in a 0-0 stalemate. Two standout performances were the two goalkeepers, Lillian Keller and Maddie Cunningham. Today at Clothier Field, we have a starting lineup of Harrison Hotham and Harry Nevins at center defense, Sean Nolan and Stathis Calatheus at outside back, Leo Hecht in his holding midfield role, Charlie Ward and Woojin Shin making up the rest of the midfield. Your wingers are Oliver Garcia and Joe Barilli. And at striker is number 9, Connor Gill. Max Kroll in goal, back in the starting lineup. And here we go. Long ball to start the game off by Gettysburg. Ball falls to Ujenshin and controlled by Gettysburg now. They're looking to push forward. Pass intercepted by Charlie Ward. And now it's Ujenshin on the ball. Calatheus now. Back to his defender. And it's Max Kroll's first Centennial Conference action of the season, and he slides the ball just turning past Connor Fife. Good move there from the keeper and puts it out of bounds. Could have been a little nervy. Showed composure during the play. And now it looks like they're getting into position. Gill dropping all the way back. No one up top for the Garnet. They're loading the box for this long throw here. Ball in. Headed by Shin, but still in play. And finally out, Oliver Garcia controlling now. Jack Carroll able to poke it out, and it's Garnet ball. Ball currently with Maro Ramadan, the center back from Oxford, UK. His long ball put down by Nevins and down to Stathis Calatheus, who launches it upfield. Gill chasing. Ramadan beats him to it. Headed forward by the Bullets and put out of play by number 9, Connor Fife. Ward there bungled over by Connor O'Donnell, and that will be a free kick for the Garnet. And actually, it looks like Sean Nolan will be taking the center back role, and Harrison Hotham is at right back. A big switch up from what we've seen previously. Now it's Oliver Garcia moving into midfield, skipping past a couple tackles, finally loses possession. Ball picked up by Jonathan Molina. He puts it out wide for Jaquinto, and he can't control it. Now it's Swarthmore ball. Throw out by Calatheus. Brandon Rodenbush put it out off of Connor Gill, so it's a bullet throw. Ball in play, recovered by the Garnet. Leo Hecht now with it. Hecht finds Nolan. Pressed by the Bullet, but he is able to clear his lines. Header put down by Franz Reiter. And Garcia tries to clear, but it bounces off of Reiter again, and now it is Gettysburg with the ball. Nico DeSimplico with a pass to Reiter, who puts it out of play. Could not find Jack Carroll. Nolan clears the ball off of Carroll and out for another Garnet throw. Hotham back to Nolan. Pressed by Carroll. Carroll moving to close down Max Kroll, but he's able to send his pass forward to Barilli, who dropped down to pick it up. Now it's Calatheus on the ball. Skips past the tackle, finds Hecht. To Barilli, who tries a little back heel, but there's no one there. And the ball is back with the Bullets. Kevin Muhick on it. Sends the ball long. Headed by Molina. Ball straight up into the air. Hecht wins that header. Bit of a high leg there from Shin. Referee calls it immediately. And the ball is back in play. Tennant trying to push it forward instead. This pass goes straight into Charlie Ward. And the ball is recovered by the Garnet. Jaquinto almost could have picked that off, but Clothier is able to beat him to the ball. And now the Garnet trying to find something, find a little space, but this Gettysburg defense looking very solid early, and their midfield really jumping on any stray pass. Nolan finds Barilli. Barilli turns around his defender and beats him superbly, and he's on the run. Joe Barilli facing off against Ramadan, tries to take him to his left. Ball into the middle, shot! Just off target. And it's a goal kick for the Bullets. Beautiful turn there by Barilli, who once again dropped a little deeper to pick that ball up and just turned his defender around. I think that might have been Nico DeSimplico, if I'm not wrong. Actually, it looks like it was Rodenbush. Throw in for the Bullets. Ball into play now. Fife going up against Nevins. Free kick called against Fife. It'll be a Garnet set piece. Nevins with a little chip pass forward. Controlled by Gill. Lays it off to Ward. Ward going down the left sideline. Ward still going. Put out of bounds by Rodenbush. And now Calatheus will take it. Calatheus, sorry. And I'm not quite sure what the confusion is. I think the referee was asking him to back off. Throw in for Ward. Calatheus on it. Trying to find Barilli. Possession lost and cleared up field. A little bit of a bump there by Nevins, but the referee doesn't call anything. Play will continue, and he sends it back to Krall. Krall will launch a long ball up. That is a perfect pass if Gill can get a hold of it, but he was facing off against two defenders. Good positioning by Matt Tennant, and it'll just be a throw-in for the Garnet after Ramadan's clearance. Hotham now with the ball. Thrown into Shin. Shin with a little space to receive there. Tries to shoot a pass across the face of goal, but no one in there. Joe Barilli a little bit late at the far post, and that'll just roll out for a throw-in. Big throw from the Bullets. Finds Fife. And now there's Molina skipping over a few tackles, and he's on the move. He has support. He's got Fife with him. He passes it off to Fife. Fife with a shot and a goal. And it is 1-0 for the Gettysburg College Bullets. A blistering counterattack off the back of Molina, who beat three defenders with just his dribble. And then just laid off the correct pass at the right time for Fife. Max Krall came out, couldn't close the angle enough, and it is a 1-0 lead for the visitors. Jonathan Molina with a very early impact in this game. Truly a special dribble for the captain there. Let's see how the Garnet respond after conceding a goal so early in the match. Long ball up. Gill lays it off to Garcia. Garcia weighing his options. He still has Gill on the right side. Gill fakes a little cross, steps over, tries to get past the defender. He puts one into the box, and Joe Barilli gets a shot on target there, but Ramadan blocks it, but it's cleared right out to Joe Barilli, and the pass to Shin finds an offside man. That is going to be a set piece, but a good initial response there from the Garnet. Free kick quickly taken now as the Bullets try and look for a second. Fife picking the ball up and around midfield. Sends a through ball for Jaquinta, who threw a quite unnecessary shove on Nevins, but no consequence. Ball put upfield by Nolan. Shin misses a bit of a flick off, but the ball kept bouncing. These are two evenly matched teams this season. The Bullets are 4-1-1 with a 1-0 Centennial Conference record, and Garnet are 4-2. So we'll be seeing how these two teams match up over the rest of this match. Quick ball to Hecht. Garcia passing it back to Hotham. Shin back to Nolan after receiving from him. Passes now back to Kral. Kral launching one upfield, looking for Barilli. Will he get him? Yes. Oh, very brought down with aplomb there by the winger. Gill passes it to Clothier. Clothier looking for Barilli, and he gets him. Will Barilli keep it in? Yes. Cuts in, looking for a cross. Weighing his options, trying to see what he can do. Puts one across the face of goal. Hecht able to get to it, but not able to rip a shot. Gets Garcia to lay it off and shoots one, but that is saved well by Muhick. That is two nice little plays there by the Garnet, showing some of their offensive prowess, showing some good movement, and some shooting there that could have been a little scarier. So, not the worst way to react to going down 1-0. Gill's cross there. Blocked and cleared out. Resetting with the Garnet. Nevins is bungled over there by Fife. That'll be another free kick for the Garnet. Nolan to Ward. Back to Nolan. Little pressure coming there from the Bullets. Molina trying to close in on Ward. His pass intercepted by Carroll. Now Carroll has the opportunity to look for his man. His pass is too weak and well cleared by Nevins. Headed out by Tennant. And Clothier is trying to get the ball up to Gill on the half volley, intercepted by the Bullets. Now it's Carroll on the left wing with it. He leaves it for Ryder, who tries to send Molina up, but the pass is just off target. Big throw by Hotham, headed on by Ryder. Picked up by Ward at around midfield. Fights off the challenge from O'Donnell. As Calathis takes the ball up the left wing and looks for Barilli to pass a little far. Ramadan didn't get a good contact on it, but it went back to his keeper with no issue. And now here comes Ryder with the ball. He still has it. Looking for his options. Trying to find Fife. Good step there by Nevins. Nevins really improving year on year, really, with his reading of the game. Went from being more of a, let's say, reactive to proactive defender, I think, over the last couple years. He's jumping ahead of tackles. He's doing what he has to do. He's getting goals, getting a brace against Eastern most recently. Very impressive performance for the center back. And, he's become a real talisman and leader for this team. Ball in play. Wujin with a big through ball. Finds Barilli. Barilli all by himself. He'll try and finish. And he does! Goal! From Swarthmore. And a delightful pass by Wujin. Shin finds Barilli, who tucks it away into the bottom corner past Muhick. A perfect through ball, a perfect finish, and what a response from this Garnet team. They conceded early. They came with 3 chances over the next few minutes, and they converted. This game is all tied up, and it looks like we are going to be in for an exciting one, everybody. This is going to be a good game. What a finish by Joe Barilli, who really ever since just before the pandemic had become one of the most threatening offensive players on this Garnet team. Making, I believe, first or second team all-conference in his, pre-pandemic junior year. Ball now with the Bullets. O'Donnell trying to chase it down, but Nevins will just watch it go over the touchline. Crawl waving his players forward. He'll send a long ball up. Neither Ward nor Gill ended up going for that, and the header ended up being won by DeSimplico. But the ball's back with Garnet. Long ball sent forward by Nevins. Won by the Bullets. And the referee will call back a previous free kick. Looks like Shin had a bit of a high leg there on Molina. Free kick for the Bullets. Crossing opportunity here for Gettysburg. We'll see if they're able to convert. At least make an opportunity out of this one. Have a ball into the box. Floaty. Fife goes up for it. So does Crawl. And Crawl wins it. Definitely feels some contact. And the referee ends up blowing the whistle. And it'll be a free kick, I'm assuming. Must have been for a little coming up and contact with the goalkeeper in the 6-yard box. That's an automatic foul. And it'll be a free kick. Gill goes up. DeSimplico wins the header. Ryder on the ball. Carroll and Molina combining there. Still have it. Now it's Molina. He's weighing his options. Pass it back to Tennant. Now it's with DeSimplico. On the right-hand side, ball put down on the ground, deflected out by Ward. Clothier, takes a knock. And goes down and then immediately gets back up. I'm not sure what that was, but I feel like as soon as he got his call, he's right back up on his feet. Crawl now to send it upfield. Boot up long, brought down by Barilli along the left wing. Passes it back to Clothier. And Nevin sends a long ball deep. Header was won there by Ryder, and Garcia seemed to have lost it in the air a little. It'll just roll out for a Garnet throw to be taken by Hotham. Throw in. Headed by the Bullets. Shin picks it up along the sideline and able to push it out of bounds off of Ryder for another throw. Hotham to launch one into the box. Headed out by the Bullets and cleared out with authority by DeSimplico. As Fife then heads it out of bounds for another Garnet throw. Ward with it. Back to Clothier. Clothier's looking for an option, can't find it. Now it could be a potential counter-attacking opportunity, except that Barilli was able to make a nice tackle to recover the ball. Shin with it. He'll send Barilli long. Oh, another perfectly put through ball. But Tennant, perfect positioning to react and get in the way of that, put it out for another Garnet throw. But what another through ball by Shin. Looks like him and Joe Barilli's connection tonight is really strong. Second time they're able to find each other on that long ball. First one obviously ended in a goal for the Garnet. will be a goal kick. Played out short. It's Tennant with it. And unlike their women's team, the men's team is playing with a 4 in the back, which might be part of the reason why the Garnet have enjoyed a little more attacking space than the women did in their game. This formation is just going to create a lot more avenues, especially with the way those two center backs are playing so narrowly for the time being. Now it's Gill on it at the top of the box. Gill looking for Barilli, able to find him, but pounced on by O'Donnell. Barilli then commits a foul on Molina. And the Bullets will have a free kick just outside of their own box. 4 in the back formation is allowing for a lot more offensive flow from this men's side, but definitely a little bit less defensive solidity. There were a few times earlier in today's game that there was a through ball made like that where the forward was completely alone against the keeper. There was almost always a defender there to either block the shot or discomfort in some way, and a big switch there makes it to Barilli. He's facing off against Roddenbush. Finds Ward with the ball now. Ward still on it. Back to Barilli. Barilli trying to find Hecht. Cleared out. But when they get deep like that, it looks like DeSimplico might drop to be some sort of simulated third center back. So it does, in essence, kind of become a 5 in the back. Right there you can see a 5-man line. There's 4 and the left back a little further ahead. Ball put out of play by Ryder. He's surprised. He thought it went off of Garcia. I'd do it as well. But throw in for the Garnet. Throw into Garcia. He'll slide it by to Gill. Sends it through to Wu Jinshin trying to get across. Ball still in play after being blocked by O'Donnell. Garcia finds Gill. Gill looking to get a shot off, and he does, but straight into the hands of the keeper. Ramadan to send the ball long. Finds Molina, who's able to head it on, but the ball is won by Nevins and pops straight up into the air. Clothier wins it and settles in one nice turn. Finds it to Gill. Gill a little held onto, falls over, but able to get it to Clothier. He's dribbling past everyone. He's trying to do something, get something started. Tries to get the ball to Hecht. It's a little strong, but it rolls on to Oliver Garcia. Garcia with it. He'll send a through ball off of Gill's head, but with no particular direction. But the ball falls to Barilli. Barilli tries to cross it, blocked by Roddenbush. Recovered, though, and put back to Clothier, who crosses it. Chested by Gill! And the left-handed volley just a little high, but great technique from the senior forward there. Brought it down with his chest and got off a powerful left foot volley. Had to get on top of it a little more to keep it below the crossbar, but could have been a very nice opportunity there for the Garnet. DeSimplico on the ball. Molina plays it back to Tennant. Ryder on it. Garcia trying to press him. Heck steps up to complicate things for DeSimplico, but he's able to get his pass off to Jaquinto. Roddenbush to send one straight to Nevins. Nevins' clearance goes to O'Donnell, and Fife able to pick it up straight into the hands of Krull. No issue there. About the halfway point of the first half. Things at the moment are all tied 1-1. Krull's punt finds its way to Gill, whose first touch just lets him down. It'll be a throw in for Ryder. Referee blows him back, says he had to be a little further back to take it. He will be forced to redo it. Ryder sends one upfield. Hotham winning. Ball recovered there, though, by Carroll before Nolan got in the way. Now it's Molina on the ball. Pressed by Hecht. Able to find Jaquinto on the right-hand side. Jaquinto puts one in. Now it's Carroll. Carroll kind of all over the place, moving very freely within this midfield structure. Ball cleared out by the Garnet and put in by Rodenbush. Fife gets up, but it's over his head and headed out by Nevins. And a tackle by Garcia puts it out for a throw-in just as Ryder was about to reach the ball. Looks like Tennant will now take the opportunity to try to launch a big ball into the middle. And he will do so. Big throw-in, headed out by Nolan. Falls to Rodenbush, who puts it first time into the box. And Carroll... O'Donnell on it. Finishes tidily, blown off sides by the linesman. And Swarthmore able to step up as soon as that was headed to put him in that offside position. That is what saved them. And it'll just be a set piece from Krall. He was offside, it does appear, as that pass was fired in, but almost perfect. I think he was just barely offside. It was just the four defenders stepping up at exactly the same time to prevent the onside positioning, and that saved them from being down 2-1. Leo Hecht now standing over a free kick just past midfield. He'll look to deliver a ball into the box. Both center back and right back upfield. Nevins on the edge of the box, heads it in. Muhick all over it. And he will roll the ball up. Carroll gets it over. It's a throw in for the Bullets, and Swarthmore not really in their shape. Fife had all sorts of time to think there. Now it's Jaquinto, tackled by Clothier and cleared out by Nevins. Good job reacting to that one. We have two Swarthmore players getting ready to come on. It's number 16, Bless Tumashabi, and number 18, sophomore forward, Brandon Cramblett. And they will come on now, replacing Garcia and Connor Gill. They will take the field and get their first taste of action on the night. Ball in play now, headed by O'Donnell, picked up by Brilliant about midfield, able just to flick it to Shin, who loses the ball, but it falls to Hecht. Hecht now to Tumashabi. Tumashabi can't get onto it, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bullets. Ryder now with the ball. Hotham wins the positioning battle, but the ball just sneaks by him. Fife going body to body with Nevins. Swarthmore covers the ball. Ward finds Tumashabi along the right-hand side, and a big tackle by Molina. Clean, judged by the referee, and it will be a throw-in. But now Tumashabi is down on the floor, and he appears to be hurt. He is getting up slowly now. Hopefully he's able to continue here. And yeah, he just nods to the training staff and the coaches and says, I'm good. I can play. And it'll be a throw-in for the Garnet after the heavy but fair tackle of Molina. Referee will now have a couple words with Molina, which is interesting. Must have been about something he said, because if it was about the tackle, well then should have been a free kick. And it is. Apparently the referee has changed his mind and turned the throw-in into a foul. Had a couple words with Molina about it. Told him what he didn't like about that. And now play will get right back underway. Hotham to Clothier. Krull booting it upfield. Straight to Ryder, who heads it forward, but into the path of Hotham. Back to Ryder. Back to Hotham. A little header duel between those two. Now it's Jaquinto on the ball, looking for someone, passes it straight into a sea of Garnet. And now it's Bless Tumashabi getting on his bike, trying to put a run in. DeSimplico all over him. And he gets called for the foul on a shirt tug. I have to say, everyone, I got a perfect view of that. And this referee, great call. Great call. There was definitely a yank there, and DeSimplico must have said something that the referee didn't like because now he's bringing him back. And time has been stopped. A little thumbs up from DeSimplico there. I could feel. This seems like it's going to be a game that there's going to be some contact, there's going to be some calls, there's going to be some non-calls. These two teams like to get into it. Referee asking for something regarding the score clock. Oh, now he's talking to the bench. He's talking to the coach. And there is... The Gettysburg bench is not happy. They're not happy right now. The referee trying to establish his authority right now in the face of what can only be described as a little bit of dissent. And I think now that the referee has made himself clear, we will get right back underway. Hotham sending one forward to Cramblett, but it's blocked by Tennant. Cramblett recovers along the right-hand side. He'll put a ball into the middle. It's a good ball. Header by Ward, just over the bar. Ward did very well to get onto that header, which was just barely behind him. And Cramblett did very well to recover a ball that had previously looked like it had been won by the Bullets. And he put in a very good ball as well. Yeah, just a little behind Ward, who just couldn't keep it down. Almost forgot that last word. Ball up by Muhick. Header won by Nevins. Cramblett able to bring it down to Shin, but it's stolen by Molina. Now Carroll's on the ball. On the left-hand side, finds Fife. Fife to Ryder. Ryder, can he keep it in? Yes, he can. But Tumashabi quick to close him down and force a throw-in. And it'll be a throw-in for the Bullets, as well as a substitution. Not yet a substitution. But coming on later will be Koulibaly, Mueller. Oh, ball in, headed out. No one cleared yet. Referee calls a foul in favor of the Garnet. And the third player coming on for Gettysburg will be Adhikari. Krull playing it short. Pressure coming from Jaquinto. Nolan now on it. Double pressure. Ball stolen by Carroll. That was not the best job by the Garnet getting out of there. And let's see if the Bullets can take advantage. Molina finds his man, and O'Donnell tries to put one on frame and instead sends it to the heavens. Goal kick. And now we have our triple sub coming off will be Jaquinto, Fife, and O'Donnell. And once again, coming on will be number 6, Gassou Koulibaly, number 16, Aiden Mueller, and number 33, Nur Adhikari. Header won by DeSimplico, and it goes forward. Chasing after his Adhikari. Just poked away by Sean Nolan. Finally cleared deep by Harrison Hotham, but recovered once again by Aiden Mueller. Passed it back to Ramadan. His pass forward is blocked by Hecht. Cramlett tries to put it down for Hecht, and while he does get on the ball, it is off of him and a throw in for the Bullets. Big throw by Rodenbush. Nevins shields well, and his clearance goes straight into the body of the Bullets player. Passes in to number 7, Jack Carroll, and he cannot convert. Just wide. Corner kick. Right there. A little confusion for Nevins. Nolan's clearance goes off the player, and they were able to keep it in. Carroll takes a couple touches, whips a shot, and it just gets deflected out for a corner. Almost another goal for the Bullets. Instead, it will be a corner kick. Delivery into the box. Header won by Nevins. Koulibaly on it. Clothier wins the ball and clears it out for a throw-in. Deep throw incoming for the Bullets. Into the box. Headed by Adhikari, but he can't keep it on frame, and it just goes long. Jack Carroll able to get past one, but not two, before the ball is cleared by Barilli, bouncing off a Bullet player in the process. Throw in for the Garnet. And in for the Garnet now is number 25, Grant Wen, replacing Leo Hecht in the midfield. Throw in from Hotham. Possession lost there by the Garnet, but immediately recovered by Ward, who had lost it. So good impetus to chase that one down immediately. Calathias able to find Barilli. Back to win. Koulibaly blocked it, but it's back with the Garnet now. Shin to Hotham. Puts it down with his chest. Moving forward past Adhikari. Still Adhikari following. Ryder takes it off of Tumashabi, who's trying to make a move past him. Now it's Carroll on the left-hand side. Sean Nolan trying to get in his path. Back to Ryder. Ryder's pass blocked by Shin. Cleared out by Hotham and picked up by Cramlett on the S. His pass just a little bit short allowed Ryder to get to it. And Ryder with a good ball, but Adhikari is judged to be offsides. Free kick for the Garnet. With about 10 minutes left, this has been a intense game for sure. Opportunities for both teams. The most clear of the Garnets was converted. While the Bullets have had really 2 or 3 chances that they maybe should have converted and didn't. And for that reason, it's still 1-1. But that shot by Jack Carroll, which was blocked away, maybe a little more power, and it might have blown past the defense. It was a defensive error that allowed them to get the possession in that area, and it led to a very dangerous opportunity. So the Garnet defense needs to be very careful when they're on the ball, because the Bullets are pressing well and could be dangerous off the press. Ryder on the ball now. Tumashabi closing in on him. Carroll now to Molina, trying to combine with Carroll, but intercepted by Shin. Nolan gets it out. Cramlett has it, but it's taken away by Tennant. Good use of his body to just win that ball back. Ramadan sending a deep ball forward. Finds his man. That's Aiden Mueller. Mueller trying to pop one forward. Harry Nevins all over it. Shin tries to send a big ball upfield. Header won, though, by Ramadan. Shin back on it. Ramadan once again with the header. Molina flick on. Grant Wynn all over it, and the referee elects not to call a handball, saying his arm was stuck to his body. Nolan first one on the ball there. Charlie Ward has 2 on him. Finds Tumashabe. Tumashabe splits the defense, and that's a nice pass to Woojin Shin. Could really open this up. Now it's Joe Barilli on the left-hand side. Rodenbush retreating. Rodenbush off balance. Joe Barilli has him. Cross into the box. Cleared out by Ramadan. But that was a nice run by Barilli. Kept his defender off balance. Beat him for pace. Just couldn't get a great ball in. And now it's the Garnet once again with the ball. Under 10 minutes left here in the first half at Clothier Field. It's a nice first touch by Barilli. Using his strength and pace to hold Rodenbush off. Woojin Shin takes it outside the box. He might shoot that. Instead, dummies. Ball jangles around in there and finally cleared out by DeSimplico. And now we have a couple substitutions. Coming on for the Garnet is Oliver Claxon. And coming on for the Bullets is number 25, Mike Carasino, and number 29, Pape Diallo. Coming off for the Garnet is Stathis Kalatias. And Molina and Carroll will be... Oh, sorry, not Carroll. Jaquinto, who I thought had been subbed off already, checking out for the Bullets. Joe Barilli trying to put one into the middle, blocked out of bounds by Ramadan. Corner kick. Corner to be taken by Barilli. Delivery in. Header won by Tennant and pushed further out by DeSimplico. Claxon wins it. Shin trying to get one in, blocked by DeSimplico on the delivery. DeSimplico now on the ball. That's Mueller. Off to Ryder. Tumashabe pressing Ryder. Ryder not able to beat him for pace, and that's a good recovery by Tumashabe, but Diallo's all over it, and the referee calls a free kick in the favor of the Garnet. Maybe a bit of a soft call as Tumashabe was the one going into that tackle, but Ryder is confused, to say the least. And the referee now is going to caution the bench. That yellow card is going to head coach Mark Metrick, who he's already had words with the referee once. The second time elicited a warning, and I think the ref is saying, if this happens one more time, I might have to take you out of this game, to the coach. We've seen it before. Ronald Koeman for Barcelona just the other day sent off in the last minute, but this is early in the first half, and one entire half without their head coach could potentially be harmful to these Bullets. Cramblett on it. Joe Barilli found him there. Claxon passing it back to Nolan. Pressing is Adhikari. Adhikari gets a touch on it, and Diallo picks up the leftovers. Pape Diallo trying to get past Hotham and just can't. Loses control of it. Ball goes out of bounds. Hotham will launch one upfield to Tumashabe. Flick on. Cramblett wasn't deep enough for it, and it was bumped by Tennant and finally cleared out by DeSimplico. Koulibaly sending it forward. Nobody there. And that'll roll into the hands of Max Krall. Oh, or to his feet. He's still waiting. He's waiting, and now it's in his hands. Long ball by Krall. That rhymed. Header won by Cramblett. Tennant boots it away, though. Over the head of the entire defense, and Adhikari trying to beat Nevins there. Nevins does just enough to shield him away from the keeper, and that gives Max Krall all the time he needs to get that ball. Good job by Nevins holding that forward off. Big punt again. Header won by Tennant. Shin puts it down for Cramblett. Cramblett dropping off to Hotham. Ward with some time on the ball. Oh, just slides past the defender. That was smooth. His pass just a little behind Claxon, but he's able to track back and get it. A little 1-2 there for Claxon and Barilli. Now Barilli's on the ball. Finds Wynn. Wynn on the left-hand side. Trying to find somebody, but it's picked up by Carasino. Put forward for Adhikari. Adhikari trying to hold off the defense. Finds Koulibaly. DeSimplico sending a long ball to Diallo. He latches onto it. It's him versus Hotham. Hotham wins the positioning battle there and walks it out of bounds for a goal kick. Good work by Harrison Hotham after a great ball to Pape Diallo. Krall launches one more upfield. Under 5 minutes left in this first half. Cramblett touches it with his head. Ryder pushes it forward. Now it's Carasino. Koulibaly back to Tennant, who's trying to find a long ball for Diallo. Hotham all over it, though. Brought back down by Carasino. Carasino shielding from Ward. Trying to turn away from him. Instead gives it to Ryder. Back to Tennant. Tennant to Koulibaly. Koulibaly looking for his options. Trying to send Diallo forward. That's just a bad ball. Easily picked up by Nolan. Shin, his pass blocked by Koulibaly, but back to Shin. Cramblett and Shin combining there, but DeSimplico gets in front of that one. And Adekari just loses the ball there. Picked up by Ryder. He's pushing forward. Now it's Pape Diallo. Nolan once again stepping in. Adekari shooting from a beyond ambitious distance. That was always going to be picked up by Max Krall unless he let it go out for a goal kick. Grant Wynn passing it back to Nolan. Nolan finding Tumushabe. Charlie Ward overlapping, but Tumushabe has space. Oh, and he just gets the ball jumbled up in his feet, and it's recovered by Koulibaly. Good tackle there by Tumushabe on Ryder as he recovers it, finding Cramblett. Cramblett turning away from the defender, back to Tumushabe. Tumushabe will leave it for Grant Wynn. Wynn to Barilli. Barilli with his first touch gets past Rodenbush, and Barilli's looking good tonight. He's looking sharp, but his shot at a bit of a tough angle goes over the bar, but his dribbling is on point tonight, just like it has been early on in the season. Once again, the biggest threat on the field is Joe Barilli, and he is a menace to score every time he gets the ball, and now Tumushabe is down. We're going to have a sub here. Warming up, standing at midfield, is number 19, Io George. And Tumushabe is not moving. We're going to take a small break while he's tended to. Hope he's okay. We'll be right back. Walking off the field now is Blessed Tumushabe. That's always good to see. Replacing him is Io George, and looks like Bless is walking off of his own free will. That's very good to see. Glad he's not too banged up, and he'll be checked out of there on the table as Muhik now sets up to take this goal kick. Header won by Nevins. He is all alone there. Ramadan sends it forward. Picked up in the midfield by Carasico, but it's still bouncing around. Shin on it. Wynn looking a little banged up, a little worse for wear after that play, but he's back on his feet. That's good to see. Headed on by Barilli. Wynn thinking about chasing it down. Realized he never really had a chance. Throw in. And we are just at about the 2-minute mark left here in the first half. It has been a good one here at Clothier Field. Some great individual play, some nice connections between teammates on both sides. Jorge Molina with a crazy dribble before his assist to Fife. And Joe Barilli with a multitude of nifty dribbles. He's giving Rodenbush a lot of trouble tonight. Already has a goal to his name. He might add more. A free kick for the Bullets now. going to be taken by Rod and Bush. He'll send a ball upfield with, as time ticks down, maybe try and get a goal to take the lead. Header won by Nevins, and Harry Nevins is looking great aerially tonight. He is just, everything that comes his way is getting headed right back out, much like what Nikki Gibbons was doing for the women's team this afternoon. Now there's 1 minute left in the half. Diallo leaves the throw in for Tennant, who's going to try and cross it into the box with his arms. You know he can. He's been doing it all night. So far, nothing has really come of it, but the Garnet defense has to be fully locked in here to prevent from another goal from being conceded. Tennant with a big throw. Headed past everyone and out for a corner kick. Referee judged it to have gone off a Garnet head, and it'll be bounced off the flag and rolled in the wrong direction for the Garnet. Ten seconds left. Corner delivered into the box. Header won by Hotham, and that will do it for the first half.
2-1-0.
The score at halftime here at Clothier Field is 1-1. The Garnet has 7 shots on target. The Bullets, of the 7 shots, the Bullets have 3. It has been a close, tight game here. Jorge Molina with an assist. Connor Fife with a goal. Woo Jin Shin with an assist. Joe Barilli with a goal. After that early little attacking onslaught, both teams kind of settled.
I am so happy that I chose D3. My coaches and my teammates are always pushing me to reach new potential and to try new things.
You still get to be on a team and play at a very high competitive level, but it doesn't take over your entire life.
They really do want to see you do well in your sport, in the classroom, in life. What the Centennial Conference has to offer is unparalleled by anything else in the country.
Together, we are driven.
1, 2, 3.
To motivate, to challenge, to lead. Every practice, every play, every day, every season. 11 schools together in competition. We are the Centennial Conference.
No person in the United States
shall, on the basis of sex,
be excluded
from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected
to discrimination under any education program
or activity receiving federal financial assistance.
Tip of the tongue, the teeth, and the lips. Tip of the tongue, the teeth. Is footy time. And welcome back as we get ready to dig in for the second half here at Clothier Field. The score at the half, 1-1. Garnet, goal scored by Joe Barilli, assist provided by Woojin Shin. And for the visitors, Connor Fife on the finish and the assist and, let's say, a miraculous run by Jonathan Molina. To be fair, I almost shed a tear when I saw that run. It was so nice. The players are now taking the pitch. For the Garnet, it seems to be the same lineup that they started with. For the Bullets, I would bet money that it's the same lineup that they started with. Can't really see the far numbers, but you know, we try our hardest here at the Garnet Sports Network. Kickoff now, and the Garnet's going to start with possession here. A little press by Jaquinto. Nevin's pass finds Ward. Carroll trying to get in on the pressure as well. And the Bullets are here to expend energy. Garnet doing very well to keep the ball away, but Nolan's header does not meet its intended target. Fife dropped deep to intercept that one, and now the Bullets are on the move. Oh, skips over the tackle. That's Jaquinto past Clothier. But Joe Barilli able to halt him up and force a backwards pass. Molina couldn't control that one. Nevin's header put back out by Rodenbush. And it falls to Joe Barilli. Joe Barilli, couple touches on the knee, taking the ball downfield. He is just looking impressive. Clothier is trying to find Connor with the deep ball. Instead finds Ramadan, who puts the ball in the feet of DeSimplico. And now the Bullets launch a deep ball up. That was Ryder with the pass, dealt with by Harrison Hotham. And now Leo Hecht will be judged to have fouled DeSimplico, and that'll be a free kick. And the referee calling time there, and he's not quite sure what he called time for. I believe he wanted to have a couple of words there with Hecht. And the ball's back in play. Or not back in play, but about to be. Tennant to take. He'll deliver a ball into the box. Header won by, guess who? Harry Nevins. His header makes it out to DeSimplico, but good positioning by Gill gets him the interception. Garcia sliding past a tackle, turning around away from O'Donnell, able to find Hecht, who couldn't hold on to possession, and now it's once again Jonathan Molina with the ball. But out of bounds for the Garnet. Clothier finds Gill. Gill turns into O'Donnell. O'Donnell loses possession though, and now Gill on the move. He has Barilli making a run. Instead, he finds Shin, who leaves it to Garcia. Garcia with possession. Shin on the right-hand side. Shin takes the possession now. Turning away from a tackle. Instead, passes it back to Hotham. Hecht receiving. Time to turn. Time to weigh his options. Gives it back to Nolan. And now a little pressure coming on Sean Nolan. Jaquinto looking for Krall. Krall likes to boot it up. His ball just a little shallow on Barilli, but almost found his man. Throw in over Calathier's head. Fife can't control it. Headed down by Nevins. And Jaquinto goes straight into Calathier's there. And instead, the referee calls a free kick in favor of the Bullets. Calathier's judged to have gone up probably with a high leg. He can't believe it. He thought he was the offended party, but then again, everyone always thinks they're the offended party. The leg was high. The contact by Jaquinto, I'd say less than by the books, but the call goes for the Bullets, and the delivery by O'Donnell into the box, headed out by Harry Nevins. Ball falls to Simplico. He tried to make a move, but Hecht all over it, and now he leaves it for Gill. Hecht was pushing forward, trying to lead the line there. Gill's pass just finds Molina, who is dropping back to defend as it was. Ball back now to Kevin Muhick. Tennant taking the ball up slowly, weighing his off, trying to get a through ball there to Jack Carroll. Just sent him a little bit long. Couldn't find his man. Shin passing it back to Nevins. Nevins sees Barilli. And there you saw Rodenbush already sagging off before he could even turn. He was anticipating a turn from Barilli. Ball off of Barilli. Rodenbush pokes it out, throwing for the Garnet. But just him just sagging off, anticipating an instant turn from Barilli just shows how much this Swarthmore winger has affected the style of the defense. They were coming up into him earlier, and he was just seamlessly turning around them as if they were traffic cones. Molina tugging on to Barilli a little bit. He gave it to Nevins, who couldn't find his man in the box. And now the ball is with Gettysburg. O'Donnell with it, turning away from Shin. Shin pressing him, hounding him. A little back heel pass, finds his man. And now it's DeSimplico on the ball. Tennant now with it. Back to Ryder. O'Donnell to Carroll, but pounced on by Hotham. That ball will trickle out of bounds. Throw in for Gettysburg. Ball launched upfield by Ryder. Doesn't make it any further than Charlie Ward. Hecht turning away. O'Donnell on his tail. Nolan finds Ward, who gives it to Hecht and back to Ward. Nice little 1-2 there. Hecht with Garcia. Garcia finds Gill. Gill turning away, goes down, but the ball still at the feet of Garcia. He has an opportunity to cross, trying to get his shin. But the ball off the foot of the defender went straight for Charlie Ward, and it seems it just got tangled up in his feet as he attempted the first-time shot. Probably had time to maybe take a slight touch and then go for the effort, but I understand the appeal behind the first-time attempt. Try and catch the ball on the move and really put your boot through it. Just couldn't do it. And now Molina on the move. Finds Jaquinto. Jaquinto sliding past Nolan. Delivery into the box. Fife can't catch a hold of it, and the ball trickles out. Picked up by Ryder on the left-hand side. He'll put a cross into the middle. Headed out by Nevins, but picked up by Jaquinto at the edge of the box. And the shot by O'Donnell. Saved by Krall. The rebound saved again, and Krall picks it up after. Very nice effort. The first shot there, not the best defensive header by Harry Nevins. Now Krall with the punt. Gave the opportunity there. The first shot, well saved. Probably should have held on to it, because then you don't have the second shot. And Fife ran on very well, but Krall was ready. Quick reactions. Got the second save, and this time got hold of the ball. Good job there by the keeper. Shin to Ward. Looking for Gill. Oh, Gill trying to find that final through ball. Doesn't, but gets a good tackle in. Referee calls advantage. I didn't see a foul. Jaquinto's going for it now. Triple team, so he finds Rodenbush on the way back. Rodenbush's pass a little too strong for O'Donnell. Shin now with it. Barilli on the ball. He's got space to move and space to think, and that's when he's most dangerous. Sends the overlapping pass to Clothier, who has time to cross. Said he'll take a touch and face off with Ramadan. Ramadan and Clothier battling on the left-hand side. Clothier's retreating a little bit, finds Nevins. Nevins will put a delivery in with his left. Makes it over the first defender, but put out by Tennant. Leo Hecht wins possession back in the midfield. And there's Gill. Gill's pass almost to nobody. Clothier finds his way around, and now Barilli on the hunt. Finds Shin. Shin trying to put a ball into the middle, and it's too close to the net. Muhik said, yes, please. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Ball slowly rolled out, and the Garnet midfield in particular, as I said at the end of the first half, looking a lot better than they did throughout the first. They've been able to find good combination passages, find their way through this midfield, maneuver the team into a good position. And even though they haven't had the most opportunities yet this half, they look more comfortable. They look more at ease in their own cleats, is the way I'd describe it. And it's a strong start to the half for the Garnet. But now Ward has dropped deep into almost a third center back position now, finally emerging from it a little bit. Hotham with a good tackle. Ward picks it up. Plenty of time. Molina trying to close him down. He finds Clothier. Molina closing Clothier down now, who finds Barilli. Barilli, oh, it's a good flick. Oh, and that's an even better pass by Gill. And here's Barilli on the move. Connor asking for it, begging for it. He lays it off to Shin. Shin's got an opportunity, closed down by the defender, so he retreats. Puts in a tackle, he's about to lose it, but it ends up with the bullets. And now Jonathan Molina has a chance. He's got space to move. He's facing off against Nevins, tries to find Fife with a through ball, and that's a good pass. He was offside, but that was a great pass, and Fife and Krull getting into it at the tail end of that interaction a little bit. Little talk. Krull got there first, tackled well, but Fife almost perfectly ran onto it. Either way, that's canceled out by the offside call. It'll be another set piece. But what a danger Jonathan Molina is proving to be. He already had the opening assist, preceded by a spectacular run, and now he just almost had a second. Gill's touch a little too heavy there, but Hotham quick to recover, and he's looking very comfortable at that right-hand position. And not to mention Nolan is playing a pretty short center back role, but he's playing it with aplomb. Barilli trying to take a shot on. He gets closed down. Good job by DeSimplico and Rodenbush getting in the way of that. O'Donnell trying to find his man. Garcia closes him down well. Krull to send one upfield. Doesn't make it past half field. Oh, Hecht yanks his man down. Bit of a cynical yank, I'd say, but the referee calls advantage. Now it's Fife with the ball. Fife looking kind of like a clear just finisher. Ball cleared out by Hotham. And a man is down there. Referee calls time as I believe that's Jack Carroll on the floor. He's slow to get up, and I think there might have to be a substitution to replace him. Now he's back on his feet. He's okay. He wipes the turf off, and he said, let's go for more. It's going to be another big throw for Tennant, but before that, quick substitution. Coming off is Jaquinto. Coming on is Aiden Mueller. Back into the game. Throw in coming from Tennant. Headed on by Mueller, and despite shouts for a corner kick, the referee points to the spot, to the goalkeeper's 6-yard box, and it'll be a goal kick. Now we have a substitution for the Garnet. Connor Gill, who was putting in an absolute shift. I don't think there was a blade of grass that his cleats didn't touch. Will be replaced by Brandon Cramblett. That flick on through ball to Joe Barilli earlier was just spectacular. It's unfortunate that they weren't able to make something more from that opportunity, but it looks like he will be receiving a little bit of treatment on the table, probably just some cramping, but Hope he's okay, just in case. Header by Hecht. Picked up by Garcia. Garcia finding Cramblett on the right-hand side. No one occupying that 9 spot as it stands. So Ward has to run into the middle. Ball in from Garcia. Punched out by the keeper, but left in the midfield. Woojin Shin to shoot. And that is wide. Goal kick. But a smart job there by Charlie Ward, understanding that Shin had the eye on goal. His back was facing it, and he just left it for his teammate. Couldn't get a better shot off, though. Goal kick. Ball sent upfield. Carroll tries to keep it in, but could not. And a big throw quickly gets the ball back in play. Shin heading it forward, put out by Ryder. Fife picking up the ball. Fife trying to get a through ball to Mueller, and he does. That's a good pass. Clothier trying to get in the way. That little 1-2 combination helped stop. Clothier made him uncomfortable, and Hecht finished the tackle off. Picked up by Barilli. Triple team, loses it, so now Molina's on the ball. Molina trying to cut through people, but he can't find his way through a sea of red. And Hecht is on the ground. Barilli's brought down. The referee says the ball was touched. I didn't see it, but play continues. Roddenbush on it. Now the ball's with Mueller. Ryder putting one in. Fife trying to get the ball, but it's headed out by Nevins. Carroll finds his way around the defender, puts a ball into the box, and Krall is all over that one. But that's not a bad ball at all. In fact, that one was quite dangerous. That finds his man, and he has a free header. That finds his way past Krall, and it's probably creeping into the goal. So Krall was good to run out and smother that while he could. Header won by DeSimplico. Through ball sent to Fife. Picked it up, holding off Nolan. Nolan wiping off his face a little, probably saying he got hit. Hecht called on a free kick. And he might be on at least the receiving end of some words from the referee. Molina gets up quickly. And he'll set up to take the free kick. It's Molina and O'Donnell standing over this one. Not sure which one of the two will be taking it. It could be the in-swinger O'Donnell. He steps over it. It'll be a cross from Molina. That's not a bad cross. That's a header on goal, but it's straight to the keeper. I believe that was Aiden Mueller on the header, if I'm not wrong. Straight at Max Krall. No issue for him. And now the Garnet are on the attack. Garcia to Shin. Shin turning, finds Garcia again. Garcia's ball into the middle, goes straight to Muhick. Muhick with a big punt. Header won by Nevins. And poked backwards by Garcia. Nolan settles it in the back, but he's pressed by Fife, so he has to get rid of it quickly. And the ball will be put out of bounds for a Garnet throw. Now we have another double substitution for the Garnet. It will be Wynn and Claxon coming off is Stathis Calathias and Leo Hecht. Cramblett bumps into Tennant, can't hold on to the ball. Tennant's pass a little bit long for Molina, and Nolan steps up to take care of it. Garcia has options, finds Barilli on the other side of the field. Barilli pressed by Mueller, will give the ball off to Charlie Ward. Ward passing it back to Claxton. Now it's Wynn on the ball. He didn't feel the pressure coming from behind, but is able to hold on to possession. His pass, though, finds a bullet winger, and that is Carroll who got the ball back, but he couldn't hold on to it either. Wynn trying to close down DeSimplico. DeSimplico wins that battle, and he still has the ball with him. Trying to find Fife. Fife lets it go, thinking he had the winger available, and Hotham got in his path. Nevins goes down there, and that'll be a free kick for the Garnet. They take it quickly. Shin is on the move. Molina can't catch up. Shin's too quick. Shin on his left foot gives it to Barilli, and the pass is just a little long, so Barilli has to track it down. Barilli on the touchline. Crossing defenders up. Shin to take one from a nasty angle. If he had been able to tuck that away, it would have been something special. I think he probably wanted to consider the cross a little more in that situation. Now we have another substitution, and coming on for the Garnet is number 20, Freddie Lynn. Coming off is Joe Barilli. Shin didn't really have a ton of options in the box for him. There was one striker surrounded by 3 defenders, so probably couldn't have gone the cross off, but maybe he forces an own goal. Ball sent upfield there. Fife tries to play it on, and instead plays it out. Garcia can't quite get his flick on. Poked away by Ryder and cleared away by Tennant. Garcia trying to keep it in bounds, but it's finally put out by Ryder. Charlie Ward with 2 around him and somehow finds a way to turn away from them and make it look easy in the process. Then he finds Cramblett. Rodenbush hunting Claxton down as Claxton tries to get a cross in. Blocked by Rodenbush and cleared by the right back. Fife can't track it down, so it was a Garnet throw, quickly taken by Harry Nevins. And Harrison Hotham will just watch his through ball go down the goal line and out of bounds. Koulibaly checking in now for the Bullets, making himself an option for Ramadan. He'll send a long ball deep. Header won by Claxton. Settled by Wynn. Oliver Garcia's touch, not the best one, and it's recovered by the Bullets. Carroll on the ball now. Carroll trying to dig his way out of this double team. And Hotham able to play it off of his leg and out for a Garnet throw. Big throw by Harrison Hotham. Flicked on by Freddie Lynn, but he was the highest man up on the field. So it'll just go back to the center backs. DeSimplico trying to switch the field of play. Instead, Claxton reads it well and intercepts. Cramblett to Ward. Shin now with the ball. He'll give it to Wynn. Grant Wynn trying to cut past the defender. Instead, passes it across the face of the box. He's still moving it around. Garcia from deep. Oh, just over the bar, and that's a good effort. That's a wicked shot. Just off. Just off. Another double sub. It'll be Pape Diallo coming on, replacing Jack Carroll, and replacing Connor Fife will be number 33, Nur Adhikari. Short ball in play now. Carroll mishits that switch, and it'll fall to Cramblett. But the back pass to Claxton is intercepted by Adhikari. Mueller looking to cross in the middle, and that's a good cross, but no one's there. And Hotham will just flick it past him, and it'll go out for a throw in. That would have been a great delivery from Mueller if he had even a single player in that box. Fortunately, it was only Papa Diallo coming very late, and he wasn't able to get a hold of it. And a substitution for the Bullets coming on is number 13, Colton Ward. And he will replace Rodenbush, who's been out there for every minute up until now. Big throw in from Tennant, headed out by Harry Nevins. Lynn picks it up, dropping deep to get the ball. Trying to send Cramblett through. It's a little forward. Picked up by DeSimplico. DeSimplico finds a way to slide past two, but he can't hold on to the ball. It's picked up by Wynn. Now it's Claxton on the ball. Cramblett passing it back to Nevins. Nolan looking for Shin. Freddie Lynn dropping a little deep to receive again. Gives the ball to Garcia. Garcia turning, weaving, bobbing, twisting. Gets away from his marker and just passes it back to Nevins. Claxton now. His first touch a little heavy. Koulibaly takes advantage and gets the steal. Now Aiden Mueller going downfield. Wynn trying to slow him down. His pass finds his man, but his man finds Charlie Ward's foot, and that's a foul and a yellow card for Swarthmore's number 10. Molina there, the recipient of the foul. And it'll be another free kick for the Bullets. Delivery in from Molina. Headed on by Diallo, but off target. That's... Oh. And the referee calls a corner. Not sure who it hit there, but must have hit someone after Diallo.
Into the game for Gettysburg, it's number 17, Aiden.
That's just a bad call from the referee. That should have been a goal kick. Two-man checking in are Aiden Jaquinto again, and number 25, Mike Carasino. Coming off are Aiden Mueller and Jonathan Molina. And now we have a corner. Men crowding the line, trying to just block the path of Max Krall. And it seems like there's a jumble in the box, but Krall dominant in the air all over that one. Big kick from Max Krall. Lynn can't get a hold of it, and Tennant will just head it back to his goalie. Ramadan with it. Jaquinto cutting inside. Trying to find some space, and he has it. Little 1-2 with DeSimplico, but it's intercepted. Taken right off his hands. Woojin Shin's through ball finds the defender's head. That was Colton Ward on the interception. Harry Nevins just put his elbow into Adhikari's back. That's just a free kick. That's going to happen. Referee's going to call that 10 times out of 10. You go through the back, you get the call. Now it's Koulibaly to take. Delivery into the box. Headed out by the Garnet. Lynn picks it up. Gives it to Cramblett. Cramblett needs to get that pass off, and he does. There's Garcia trying to track the ball down. Does so in time, and cleared by Ryder. No nonsense defense there. Now we have another double substitution. Two starters checking back in. Leo Hecht replacing Charlie Ward, who I think is coming out for the first time this half. And checking in for the Garnet is Joe Barilli. He'll be replacing Oliver Garcia. As now it's Ward's time to take a seat at the table. No, never mind. Freddie Lynn trying to control it. Poked out by Ryder. Diallo can't keep it in bounds. Throw in by Hotham. Diallo clears it, but Claxton able to bring it back down. Ward once again big boom it up. And Harry Nevins winning in the air once again. What else is new? Leo Hucht picks up the ball. Finds Barilli. Barilli on the left-hand side, cutting in, looking for options. Will he pass? Will he shoot? What's he thinking? Pass to Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn finds his man outside. That's Hecht. First time delivery into the box. This is looking good. Headed out, but the ball's still in the box. Freddie Lynn with a big header, but it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Short kick. Ball in play with Tennant. Gives it to Papa Diallo. Diallo trying to turn away from Clamblett. Does so well. Looking for Adhikari, who stumbles and can't recover. Harry Nevins all over that pass. Could have been a good one, but lack of balance. Koulibaly with it. Diallo on the left-hand side. Hotham and Diallo going for it. Still with the Bullets. Hecht able to poke it wide. It'll be a throw-in for Gettysburg. Throw forward, headed out by Hotham. Shin settling, can't keep a hold of it. Koulibaly with a switch now, and he has Jaquinto. Jaquinto still with the ball. Stolen away by Barilli. Does well to separate man from ball. And a good through ball there. Freddie Lynn's got space on the left-hand side, but does he have support? Not yet. He tries to get past his man, and Ramadan is all over him. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in as Ramadan's clearance took a deflection off of Freddie Lynn. Getting ready to check back into the game is Connor Gill. Big throw by Ward. Finds Adhikari, but his touch is too heavy. Recovered by the Garnet. Nolan facing some pressure. Boots it upfield. Header put down by DeSimplico. Adhikari laying it off for Ryder. Ryder hasn't left the game for one moment today. He's been a presence for this Gettysburg defense. Shin now on the ball. He's looking to find Lynn. His pass is too far. And it'll just go into the hands of Muhick. Ramadan sending one deep. Adhikari wins it. Jaquinto has the ball moving into the midfield. Carasino tries to lay it off for Jaquinto after the first pass, but Sean Nolan poaches that one beautifully. Now Hecht is trying to find someone. Gives it to Hotham. Hotham to Cramblett. Back to Hotham. Now Nolan on it. Diallo hunting him. Gets it to Wynn. Diallo once again looking to press, and Grant Wynn coming up a bit, shaken up there, clutching at his arm. That can't be good. But he's still going. Grant Wynn gets a nice tackle in on Carasino. And Hotham clears the ball off of Diallo. But it's still in play and still with the Bullets. Tennant now moving forward. His pass goes through everyone until it finds the feet of Sean Nolan. Hecht on the ball. Wynn picks it up, moving into the final third. Now it's Freddie Lynn. Lynn trying to hold on to the ball. He goes down, and it'll be a throw-in for Gettysburg. Triple sub and a double sub. Coming on is Connor Gill, Charlie Ward, and Io George. And for the Bullets, coming in is Jack Carroll for Papadialo and Connor Fife for Nuradikari. Coming out for the Garnet is Woojin Shin, Freddie, Lynn, and Brandon Cramblett on the far wing. Big throw headed on by Hotham, goes out of bounds. Little midfield battle goes in the favor of the Bullets. Hotham clears his lines well. Ball still in play. Gill keeps it in play. But Tennant able to pass it back to Muhick. Muhick's clearance very poor. Falls straight to Barilli at the top of the box. Barilli has options. He tries to lay it off for Ward. He does so. Ward with a shot and it rattles the bar. Oh my God. Cleared then by Koulibaly, but that was vicious. That was a vicious effort from Charlie Ward. Read all day by Joe Barilli. People closing down on him. All he does is lay it off, and Charlie Ward does what he does, rips it first time, and almost takes the lead with an absolute screamer. He'll be wishing it just hit a different part of the bar and just trickled in. Now it's a throw-in. The referee called time for something. It looks like a booking. And he gave a yellow card to... Apologize, I can't say who it was he gave the yellow card to. Camera just missed it. So I missed it before the instant replay as well. But a yellow card was issued to somebody. Anyway, Koulibaly on the ball, pressed by Barilli, turns away from him, but his pass goes straight to Ward. Ward can't keep a hold of it, but it falls to Claxton. Now Barilli picking it up on the side. Koulibaly recovers, and here come the Bullets, except that Hecht gets there first. Wynn wins the header. Recovered by DeSimplico, and this is just kind of a mess of high balls in the air. Settled by Jaquinto. Falls to DeSimplico. And now Ward with a small pass to Io George. Io George cuts away from one, passes it back, avoiding another. Resumes his position on the right-hand side. Pass from Wynn to Barilli, and he lays it off for Claxton. Claxton looking for Ward. Ward using his chest well to bring the ball down. And it falls to the feet of Io George. Io still has it. Now it's Charlie Ward. Ward will look to shoot again, and he does, and he just goes over, and Ward is getting close. He can smell the goal. He has a nose for it tonight, and he wants one. 2 substitutions for the Bullets. Coming off is Jaquinto and I believe O'Donnell. Oh, no, not O'Donnell. That's Carrasino. Coming on is Jonathan Molina and Aiden Mueller. And getting ready to come on for the Garnet is Woojin Shin. And with 10 minutes left in this game, there is definitely the potential of a second straight game in overtime. Little golden goal action to get the juices flowing, get the heart pumping, get everyone nice and nervous. But there's still 10 minutes and plenty can happen in 10 minutes. Oh, good turn there. Joe Barilli uses his body so intelligently to leverage himself away from defenders, and that is just a perfect example of it. Hecht finds Io George, who tries to put one into the middle, and it's put out for a corner by Ryder. And now we have that substitution mentioned before. Coming on for the Garnet is Woojin Shin, and coming off is Grant Wynn. Grant Wynn still kind of grabbing at that arm. Seems like he took a significant shot to it. And it looks like it's Io George getting ready to take this corner. Delivery by George. Nevins gets to the header, but he can't turn it on frame, and it takes a deflection off the defender for Another corner kick. There is a lot of anger from the Bullets. They thought it was a goal kick. Cross in after a short corner. Ball jungled around in the box. Joe Barilli picks it up at the top of the box. He still has it. He's trying to figure out what to do, and the referee blows his whistle. I think there was a foul in the box and now the ref's calling for time, and it looks like he's going to give a potential booking, at least a talking to Joe Barilli. Connor Gill sends him back to the wing. He says, no need. You don't need this. This isn't good for you. It's not healthy. Get back to your spot. That's good awareness by Connor Gill. Keep his teammate from getting in trouble with the referee. Colton Ward on it now. His pass picked off. Now here comes Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward tries to find Barilli. Barilli's so fast. He's able to get a touch to it, but Muhick was all over it. He was quick off his line. I didn't even think Barilli had a shot of getting to the ball at the rate that Muhick was going. And now it's a throw-in for the Garnet. Ramadan couldn't find Ward on the right sideline with a pass. Just misplaced it. Throw in. Claxon going to throw quickly? No, he's going to figure out who he wants. Finds Gill. Gill immediately double-teamed, but somehow finds his way through it. Can't get the ball to Barilli. Fife lays it off to Jonathan Molina. It's going to take something special from Molina to do something here, and that's a great tackle by Sean Nolan. That is a spectacular textbook slide tackle by the center back to stop that run. Because once that Jonathan Molina gets ahead of steam, there's no telling what he can do with the ball at his feet. The Garnet was already on the receiving side of that once, and now it's Molina again. Clashing with Nevins. Nevins using his body well. Molina cutting a slightly more frustrated figure now that he's being afforded a lot more attention by his defense. Hecht battling and winning. Hecht with space. Looking for one man and one man only. That's Joe Barilli on the right-hand side. Joe Barilli going off against Colton Ward. Colton Ward puts his body on the line, gets the stop, and the clearance is cleaned up there by Aiden Mueller. Nevins throws it to Ward. Ward has space in midfield. Koulibaly's trying to close him down. Finds Gill, who finds Shin, who lays it off to Gill. Gill with a left-hand shot, and it's just over the bar. Oh, and the Garnet are now officially hunting. They are getting close. They can smell blood. I don't know if I already said this with regards to Charlie Ward, but they want this win. They don't want overtime tonight. Now have another substitution for the Bullets. Coming off is Koulibaly and back on is O'Donnell. Short goal kick. Big ball up by Tennant. Big ball up. Fife flicks it on. And Hotham's able to smother it before Molina gets going. Throwing to Molina. Tries to pass it back to his teammate and just puts it out of bounds. Throw in. What a good combination there at the top of the box. Ward to Shin. Shin to Gill in a left-footed effort just over the bar. That was some good soccer. That's a very, very good passage of play by the three of them. Leo Hecht could be in danger here. Referee blowing the whistle on him. Timeout called as there is an injured Gettysburg player on the floor. That is Ramadan getting up now. A little slow to get up, but he looks okay. Free kick for Gettysburg. And there was someone already sprinting to midfield to see if he could get his shot back to the bench for the backup center back. Numbers 4 and 5 for the Bullets will not be coming off the field if they can help it. Looks like they're on track to play a full 90 and maybe more. Now, here's Barilli and Shin get a little confused, but Barilli beats O'Donnell in the battle. Shin trying to find him. Couldn't do so, but the ball still with the Garnet, and Barilli just couldn't see where that pass was going from Charlie Ward. Now, little slip up by Aiden Mueller. Able to recover possession, but can't hold on for much longer than that. Now it's Io George battling with Ryder. Ryder comes out on top. Good use of his body there. Molina trying to move past Ward, and he does not. Ward now to Barilli. What will Barilli do? He steps over the ball. Tries to cut pass. Oh! And it's a goal! For Swarthmore College. Joe Barilli, a menace since the start, gets his second of the night and gives the Garnet the lead. Steps over, dodges one defender, and I believe there has to have been a deflection in there because that went straight into the middle of the net, and Muhick was going to the corner. I think it hit off one of the center backs. Oh, it deflected off of DeSimplico, I think, actually. And Joe Barilli, who is the top dog on this Garnet roster, the main attacking threat, does it again. He tied the game up. He took the lead. And now the Bullets are on the chase themselves. They need to tie this up if they want a chance to send this to OT. And the Garnet needs to stay locked down if they can. Claxon pushing men away there. O'Donnell gets it. He's battling with Hecht. Hecht has gotten in some wars with some referee before, and that's another free kick. Oh, and Hecht and O'Donnell going at it. O'Donnell not happy there. The referee is definitely going to book him. Yellow card and a yellow card. And Leo Hecht gets his first booking, obviously, or else he'd be sent off. And O'Donnell gets his first booking. And that was just a little tangle up, a foul. That happens. But then when the two went down, it appears that Hecht fell on top of O'Donnell and was not moving, and O'Donnell did not like that one bit. Shook Hecht off, had a couple words, stood over him. Little intense. Delivery by Molina. Cross into the box. Max Kroll coming out to punch. Does so successfully. Barilli trying to flick on. Instead he misses it, but it finds its way to George. Ryder picks it up on the right-hand side. He finds DeSimplico to Molina. Shin with a good steal and a good clearance. Ball's back to Ramadan. Now it's Tennant. Tennant looking for a big switch to Mueller. He has it. Switch is right there. Barilli chasing him down. Ball into the middle from Mueller. Diving header to clear from Nevins. That's nice. That's just good defending. Barilli and Mueller still going for it. Ball still in play. Molina with it now. Molina trying to turn away from Shin. Shin has it instead. And the referee calls a free kick. That might be a bit of a generous call. Molina gets a free kick in favor. Referee Judge Woojin Shin to have fouled him. Now we have O'Donnell and Molina standing over it. That was a foul. O'Donnell will cross one in. It's on the ground, and it's blocked well by Gill and cleared very well. And this Garnet team looks resolute. They want to hold on to this win. Ball forward, goes to Nolan to clear. Keeps it in bound, but then it falls to Ward, and Ward will once again put in a big clearance. Picked up by Ramadan. Ramadan with a big ball upfield. Fife chasing after it. Fife gets a good touch, but crawls quick off his line to get that ball, and now he will hold on to it. He will milk time off the clock with the ball in his hands and then kick it away. And George will punch that ball even further away. If there weren't so many spares, he might have gotten booked for time wasting there. O'Donnell has it on the left-hand side. He gets brought down by Harrison Hotham, and that's a sure booking. That's just a textbook yellow card if I've ever seen one, and the referee instead will not. That's just... I'll say surprising is the word there, because that's a stonewall yellow card. Textbook. Harrison Hotham got away with one there. Free kick into the box. Delivered, headed out by Shin. Picked up by O'Donnell just outside the box. And Hecht, first there, will knock it all the way back. 1 minute left in this one as the ball reaches Muhick. Muhick will boot it upfield. Not that far, though. Hecht wins again. Ball picked up by Tennant, laid out by Io George. And this game is starting to get a little chippy. And the referee needs to get a handle on these players now because they are just going for body at this point, it looks like. There's also Leo Hecht on the ground. Conversations occurring. Leo Hecht needs to stay out of trouble. He already is on a yellow card. Io George getting dragged off the ball there by the defender, and this is getting a little bit intense. As all Centennial Conference matchups do. It's why we love it. These players care. Ball to be delivered by O'Donnell, I believe. Big ball into the box. Header makes it past. Still in the box. Still going. Put out of play. Corner kick. Cleared by the Garnet. I think it was Shin there with the final clearance, if I'm not wrong. Lining up to take it is DeSimplico. Everyone's in the box. Muhick's coming up to the top of the half. Oh! Kroll went out to get it. It's jumbled around in the box, and the referee's going to blow his whistle. Oh, Kroll has it in his hands. And that's going to be the game. After that mess. Oh, Kroll, what is Kroll doing? Kroll has it, and that's it. That's the game. The Garnet win. Kroll already at half field. Final score, 2-1. Your Swarthmore College Garnet are the winners. A hard, tough battle of a game. Both teams putting in a lot of work. But at the end of the day, the difference was Joe Barilli. That man is a star in this conference. He played out of his mind. He was taking on defenders, beating defenders, making them lose their confidence and, honestly, their will to play a little bit. And he got 2 goals to show for it. The first one, a beautifully tucked bottom corner equalizer after an almost even better through ball by Woojin Shin. And the second one, a deflected effort from outside the box. Bit of a generous deflection, gave the keeper no chance. And that is the game for the Garnet. Bit of a slower second half, I'd say. A little more methodical. Both teams playing with a little more patience until the end. And then in those last 10 minutes, the Garnet came to life and ended up earning the winner. And then after that, it was just pure desperation from Gettysburg. Your final score here at Clothier Field, 2-1 for the Garnet. Thank you all, and have a good night.